ladies will definitely invent a new identity for themselves.
That's how they get away with it.
That's how they get away with it. If a girl gets a bad reputation in the town as a hoe, a lot of them will move away to a new town and get a brand new start. And then you got some guy walking around holding hands and kissing her, but he has no idea that back in Texas, a lot of guys will laugh at him for the things that they know she's done behind his back.
And I'm a call girl. That's how I take care of myself, pay all my bills.
How many sex partners do you have a week?
Probably no more than 15, 20 to 25. All regulars.
All regulars? What type of men?
Married. All of them are married.
All of them are married. Why do you mess around with married men?
Because they say they'll help me out to pay my bills.
Okay. Why do you think they, how long they been married? I mean, some of them...
Years, 30 years, 40 years, you know.
Do they wife know?
No, they don't know.
Okay. They say they're going to help you pay your bills.
Yes.
Okay, why do you think that, what do they tell you the reason why they come to you?
They're not happy at home. They want to try something different, something new.
Okay, do you practice safe sex?
All the time.
All the time?
Yes.
I mean, everybody had unprotected sex before.
Sometimes I get offers saying they give me such amount of money to not use a condom, and then I be like, oh no, I don't do that. I always practice safe sex. And some of them be slick about it and try to pop the rubber, this and that. Condom popped on me a couple of times, but I always go to the hospital and get myself checked out. And I am still negative.
Okay, you still negative. I mean, do you feel bad for sleeping with married men? Be honest.
I mean, I do in a way, but I have to take care of myself.
Ain't I that shit?
These are manners by which females attempt to conceal their wanton pasts. I need to peruse this to you, and you all let me know your thought process in the remarks. Number 1 is attempt to figure out the quantity of individuals he has laid down with. In the event that it's more than whatever you've stowed up until this point, chill. You don't need to say anything. Number 2, lie. It's just straightforward. Number 3, let all know if you should, yet with a bend. Advancing several bonks to a former beau's status. Like that, you can get down to telling stories of around a few men altogether. The way that ladies, for the most part, decide indent count assuming they will chip in the data, or on the other hand, on the off chance that the discussion comes up, you really want to comprehend that you can't depend on what they say. It's generally tricky. There's a piece of it that is purposeful, and there's a piece of it that is inadvertent. It's purposeful in the manner that ladies would rather not be disgraced. They would rather not be settled on to feel awful for the decisions that they've made previously. They would rather not be considered responsible. There's this new age development today where ladies are informed they can be pretty much as unbridled as men without results, and obviously we know that is false. Just for the explanation that folks are unloading young ladies when they learn about the wanton past, and they're continuously attempting to track down white ways of concealing it. Its second piece is they don't have the foggiest idea how to count it. This is the way ladies count the unbridled past. BS that they were in long-haul associations with or any person that they dated, by and large talking more than 60 to 90 days. That excludes intimate encounters and oral meetings. You can by and large talk in twofold. A few people will try and advise you to significantly multiply that number that they tell you. Number 4 is come clean. Perhaps a few men are really not irritated by a lady's exuberant past, yet before you tell them, be certain you are dating one of such. How would you find out? All things considered, would he say he is hot? The main folks that are not worried about a lady's wanton past are for the most part these new age moderate liberal left-inclining kind of beta guys. They're very much like, goodness, it doesn't make any difference. For what reason is it your business? Those are the kind of verses that you have. However, your common high-worth person that is turned off perceives that she's worried about his future and he should be worried about her past. Number 5, imagine past sweethearts were awful. Regardless of whether you've chosen to uncover everything, recall that when you did, you didn't appreciate it, particularly all things considered. It isn't so much that it amounted to nothing, it's only that with him, it implies quite a lot more. Number 6, say that they manhandled you. Try not to allow your man to think too basically while you're being inventive with reality. play with his feelings by indicating, or in any event, saying out and out that a great deal of these former sweethearts manhandled you. Number 7. Do your digital OPSEC and get everything done as needs be. These chicks have these terms that don't check out. You are now helpless of any proof from your virtual entertainment, so erase it. This seems ok, I've seen ladies do that. That is totally 100% affirmed. I bet you didn't realize you ought to likewise make conceivable main story for missing data or blocks of time. They've done that as well, likewise affirmed. Pin it on your ex-hacking and vandalizing your records after awful separation. This is a past handy-dandy. However, you ought to truly cook your expressive energies here. The more intricate and prearranged the story, the harder it will be to break your new fellow's nudging questions. Have a response to each question, however in particular, have some good times. Number 8. Lastly, continuously get confided in companions on the trick. How about we assemble a whole place of cards of untruths? Another thing, ensure your companions are informed to be in an issue. This is the entire thing. How ladies generally have each other's backs to the detriment of men at every given time. You need to comprehend that ladies will pick their companions over their man regardless of whether they're hitched. They'll, by and large, pick a sisterhood over their spouses. It's extremely considered normal. It's significantly, surprisingly normal. She's suggesting here acquiring your companions onto the large untruth. You would rather not be in a social circumstance where one of them unexpectedly proclaims, "Do you recollect when we were in Ibiza, and you did it with 3 men?" The article discusses wantonness, and afterward at the base, it has a source of inspiration to get an STD test. There you go. This is the way they make it happen. I simply needed to go to one of these different articles. Here is a Reddit article, and it says, "Would it be a good idea for me to conceal my unbridled past when I'm in another relationship? I trust this isn't some unacceptable spot to request some counsel. I'm a 23-year-old female with a higher than common number of past intimate accomplices, and telling the truth and focusing on this brought me a great deal of hardship. I first of all caused problems at work after I told the number to one of my associates. She made a colossal effing bargain out of it, and the news spread over the workplace despite my good faith. It was extremely humiliating to the point I chose to stop. In the event that it's humiliating, for what reason would you say you are doing it, women? Assuming you realize that it's humiliating and indiscrimination isn't something that you will be pleased with, quit doing it. It's straightforward. She quit her place of employment since she was unable to bear it. She says, "I just share this data with my boyfriend." Presently, she's telling her boyfriend. She keeps on saying, "They don't ordinarily relax by the same token." In my last couple of relationships, it has become fairly an issue. In the event that they ask, I don't tell them. They fly off the handle. How would I let them know I have been intimately dynamic since I was 13? The more youthful a lady is, the more intimate accomplices. For a 13-year-old losing her purity, there is higher rate of mental problems, single parenthood, conjugal disappointment, and separation. The whole glove of what could demolish a lady is by and large integrated with promiscuity. She says, "I was 13, I had bunches of accomplices from that point forward." They never take it emphatically. I'm a normal margarine face, and that implies everything's hot except my face. It even shocks them. Would it be a good idea for me to stay quiet about it? Would it be a good idea for me to simply lie and let them know of a low, more typical number? Would it be a good idea for me to continue to look for this sort of accomplice thing? This is not funny. I'm not even going to peruse these remarks since it begins getting pretty nauseating. That is the condition of this present reality. I will wrap it up on this point, on this example. Ladies are worried about a man's monetary future, his capacity to give. I've frequently said ladies stand by toward the end goal, and they pick the victors. Ladies have a ton of capacity to bear more youthful folks with an arrangement of pursuing greatness. They have very little capacity to bear a more seasoned person with an arrangement, with nothing to show for it. Men need to check ladies' past out. Ladies are taking a gander at men's future, Men need to take a gander at her past, particularly in the event that you will think of her as for anything long haul, wife material, mother of your children. Any lady that has an extremely high score count is an exceptionally unfortunate decision. What do you guys think? Leave a message, leave a comment below, smash the like button. Somebody might need to see this. Share it with them. Thanks for watching.